just first off, I want to ask you guys, how's everyone doing so far in quarantine?
I mean, as far as myself, it had been, I work from home a lot anyway, right here. And so it's not been all that big a change for me. I know for Anthony, I've been over to our high school today, and I know it's different for coaches, but so far, I don't think it's been too bad. And we're very fortunate, I think, to not have it any worse than it has been, like a lot of parts of the country.
So Marty, let's start off with you. Just give me a breakdown kind of what this camp is and how it's going to be different, obviously, now that it's streaming.
Absolutely. Well, these camps have been going on for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. And so, we had a decision to make, how are we going to do this? Talking with Coach Tice, who runs our camps, and this has been, several weeks ago that even we didn't know what the future would hold at this time of year, whether it loosened up as far as the virus restrictions were concerned, but he just was not comfortable. He said, I don't see how we can do it. So we just put our heads together, and I've not seen a lot of these out there. I mean, you Google stuff and you try to find some examples of how to do it. I think we're kind of inventing a lot of it along the way, but, with guys like Verl and Anthony here and all their other former Razorback players, they certainly make it happen. They make it easy on us, and they've just been great.
And Marty, who's this all open to, and how do people sign up if they'd like to?
Right, exactly. Well, you can sign up. It's a free camp. I mean, we charge very little for our traditional camps. We charge $35 for our traditional camps. It's not about that. It's about having the experience and learning football and life lessons. But you can sign up on our website. You can view it on our website, and it'll be Monday through Friday, June 1st through the 5th. And sign up at brandonburlsworth.org. No fee. It's real simple. Put your first name, last name, email address. You'll get reminders. And you can also, it will also stream out to YouTube, on our YouTube channel, Twitter, and Facebook. All at the same time. We'll be doing it from 5:30 to roughly 6-ish o'clock. I don't know if we can hold it to that, guys, to 6 o'clock, and I certainly don't want to limit any of these guys on their instruction and their commitment and their dedication, and the joy they have in teaching these kids. So we're really looking forward to it. It's a virtual camp, open to all ages. Our traditional camps are open for 3rd through the 9th grade, but now it's open to all ages, and I expect we'll have a lot of high school players tuning in, high school players, coaches, parents. So it's going to be different, but I think really it's going to be fantastic, and we're going to be real happy with the results.
And Marty, with everything that's going on right now, why is it important to you to make sure that this camp happens?
No, that's a good one. I like that. That's easy, isn't it? Well, this camp is about inspiration and never say quit, and that's the reason we're having the camps. That's the reason we're having them. We just, and Brandon tradition, who wouldn't be told, you can't do this. We just couldn't be told. We couldn't have the camps. We had to find a way to make them happen. And we want to continue to, for our Razorback coaches there to be able to not only give great instruction, but more than that, we say it's football and so much more, and it is. And the so much more is the great life lessons that the children take away, that the parents appreciate. And over the years, as Anthony and Verl can attest to, we've had campers travel great distances to be at our half-day camps, whether that be in Harrison, our hometown, or in Little Rock. So I mean, we've had them come from Wisconsin and I don't know where all, but long way. So I expect that will really take off this year with these virtual camps. It's unlimited now.
Well, Verl, Anthony, I want to talk to you guys about being involved with this camp. Anthony, let's start with you. Just why did you want to be a part of it?
Well, it was all because of Brandon and what he stood for, and with the legacy that he's left here. It's just, he was a first-class guy, who did everything right. He was different, and we all, was like, wow, what's wrong with him? First time, we met him, and after that, we fell in love with him. I mean, he's a difference maker, and to see what a guy like Brandon Burlsworth did to play the game, and to do something that coaches said that he couldn't do or that he would never do. I mean, it was second to none. And and we developed a relationship throughout the years. Marty and them, they would always sit. My parents would sit with his parents, and that's how Brandon and I became close through our families, at games and stuff. And I just respected him. I had so much respect for him. I was just talking to a group of guys just about an hour ago, telling them that they was talking about, hey, coach, we saw the movie, and it was really touching them. But they always say, you wasn't that type of person, were you? And I was like, no, I wasn't. But to see, just to see the road that he took and how dedicated and motivated he was to become a Division I football player and to prove a lot of people wrong. And this guy was doing it to get recognized. He was doing it because that's what he wanted to do, and he cared about it. So I'm here for Brandon. I mean, he touched my life. He helped me as an individual. He helped me as a football player and as a person too. So Coach Love and Coach Nutt came in and said, do it the Burl's way, and that's what we did. And that's why I'm here, because of all the things that Brandon stood for.
And Verl, what about you? Why did you decide to get involved with this?
Well, to follow up on what Anthony spoke to, Brandon was truly one of a kind. I mean, the way that he lived his life, and the tragic way that it ended. I mean, to help be able to continue the message that his life was is an honor to me. It's an opportunity for guys like Anthony and myself to give back to our community, to our state, that gave so much to us during our time playing football with the Razorbacks. But ultimately, the end goal is to just continue the wonderful message of Brandon's life and the way that he lived his life. People watch the movie, and I get asked often, they say, was he really that good? Mm-hmm. And my response was, no, he was better. And so it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to carry on that legacy and work with the Burlsworth family and get to see them every year. And it's truly a testament to Marty and the group. We talk the talk every year, but we're actually walking the walk this year and dealing with adversity and things. I mean, what greater adversity can you come up to than not being able to physically get together for a football camp, and they find a way, and here we are.
Yeah, this is obviously going to create some challenges for you guys in terms of working with the people who are part of this camp. What exactly have you guys planned on doing?
I'll go Verl first.
Okay.
We've did some drills, and we're going to have some drills that we're going to be doing, just like we would be doing if the kids were right there up on us. And, we'll be letting those guys watch and demonstrate the game of football, and also just teaching them the game of life too. That's parts of the camp. What I love that I get on Marty about, what he asked me to talk on Brandon's behalf, to speak about my experiences with him every year. And I get a little shy and embarrassed, but about is really nothing to be embarrassed about because of what Brandon stood for. So we'll be, you'll be seeing a lot of drill work from different guys, showing different styles of the game of football and oppositions. Of course, I'll be doing wide receiver drills and on the Verl and let him tell you what he'll be doing.
Well, and some of the things that you'll see differently this year, each of the guys we've talked about trying to gear the drills and things more towards the campers who are in quarantine, who are in home, instead of having football bags and dummies. We might be getting pillows off the bed or something. We make sure they don't get mama's good pillow, but trying to utilize things that you may see around the house and gear the drills and things to more towards items that they might be able to just go into the backyard and do, and still continue to work and still find a way to work and get better and become a better athlete, a better football player, and a better person through the message that is conveyed as well. That's a big part of what these camps consist of is the message of just what Brandon's life encompassed. And we talk about being coachable on the football field, and we relate that to being coachable on the football field means listening to mom and dad and cleaning your room and doing the dishes and doing the things that you're told the first time that you're told to do them. And so really relating football to life, to home, is a big part of the message as well.
Yeah, you know, I asked Marty about it earlier, but I want to get y'all's take as well. Why is it important right now for both of you to keep this camp going despite everything that's going on right now?
Marty said it best earlier when he talked about basically never giving up. Don't let obstacles or anything distract you from being successful, or, you know, from taking that next step. You just got to keep going. You know, we all face obstacles in our lives. I mean, all of us on this call today have been through something to get where we are today. And that's it. You just got to keep going. And another thing what I really love about, I want to say this, and I don't mean to preach, but we get to talk to these kids about doing, you know, not just doing it the Burl's way, but following God's path too, you know, making good choices in life. And, you know, I always like that as a kid, you know, so what's your favorite Bible verse? What, you know, I'm having problems, coach, doing this, I'm doing this. I say, okay, have you prayed about it? You know, so we get to do those type of things. So this is why we need, you know, why Marty and the staff and Vicky, his wife, and everybody in the Burlsworth Foundation, I'm sure it came up and said, hey, we still got to make this camp go. And I bet you Marty probably would have said, what will Brandon do?
Absolutely. Yeah. That just, as we all know, that plays a part in everything we do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are very close to Brandon, and certainly he and I were very close. And, you know, it's, if it aligns with those values and his determination, certainly, you know, that plays a big part in it. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you guys. It sounds like a great camp, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone that hopefully signs up for it. I'm going to watch this because I want to see how you guys are using pillows and stuff to try and teach some of these kids.
It should be interesting. I know it's going to be good. I think really one thing about it, and I'm sure we're going to find this out as we get into the camps. You know, when at our traditional camps, they're great, and I mean, we want to get back to those. But you know, we have 150 to 200 campers at every camp, and you go through station to station, and the guys will teach them the technique, and then, all right, let's all do it. Now they're going to really be able to teach the technique, you know. So I think as far as just football education technique, this year you're going to get a lot more of that, and then you can work on it on your own, because, you know, you're limited on our time in our traditional camps. Just by the way that, you know, the camps have to be set up. But now I know the guys are really going to be able to teach, you know, technique, really get down deep, and they'll get a lot. I know Coach Tice, that's his sentiments. He said, this is really going to be special. It's going to be good.
Well, Marty, Verl, Anthony, thank you guys so much for talking to me about this today. I really appreciate your time.